it tells you, man, anything in life is possible for sure. Coming from a town like this, 1,000 people, you know, no stoplights, nothing. But, just, amazing people, love for the game, and hard work.
Welcome to Montezuma, Georgia, home of Roquan Smith.
It means the world to me to just know how much I mean to my hometown.
On Friday nights, everybody was chanting, Smith, Smith.
That was his dream, that he wanted to play NFL football. I always could see it in him.
These kids love Roquan.
He's like a hero to Macon County.
I always have love for the fam and everything they've done to help mold me into the individual that I am today. I know what it's like growing up in a very small rural area and being able to give back. I know the type of impact they can have, and it changes lives. Just a guy from small town Georgia just like you. Home of Roquan Smith. Appreciate the city for that. There's Marshallville and there's Montezuma, and both of them are in Macon County. So Montezuma is where the high school is. Marshallville is just one of the towns where I kind of started and where most of my people are. Just going through some places just, gives you so many memories and whatnot.
Has it changed much?
No, not much has changed. Not much at all has changed at all. Growing up in Marshallville and Montezuma, it was all I knew. Small town, a lot of just families, everyone knows everyone.
One store as a convenience store, more family oriented. You felt more close, tight knit.
Growing up in Montezuma, Georgia, it was a really nice, safe city to live in. We could play outside all night long. We could go out at any time of the day. We could leave our doors unlocked.
Growing up in a small town is definitely not much to do, and you bust your tail for everything that you get, and that was something that I always prided myself in. A lot of those are probably pecan trees. As a kid, to make a little extra money, we used to pick pecans, me and all my friends, and then we'll put it in Kroger sacks, and then just go make a little extra money to buy yourself snacks.
He will make the best of anything, so he knew what he had access to, and he was very content with that. He didn't focus on what he didn't have, but he focused on what he wanted to have. So he's like the best kid ever.
Roquan was very respectful, but very inquisitive. He always liked to be around older people, I guess, to get that vibe from them, a wiser person.
Ever since a youngin', always had an old soul, old spirit.
He was not your average kid. Very humble. Sometimes hard-headed, sometimes would do things that you tell him not to do. Especially in football, you'll tell him to run a certain way, he'll run the opposite way. But his sports ability was out of the world. So we knew he was going to be special.
I started playing ball at the age of 6. My Pop Warner coach, his name was Duke. Asked my mom, would she be okay if I come out and try to play? And then she was like, a 6-year-old me, yeah, I'll have a talk with him.
I remember that perfectly, like it was yesterday. I hesitated a little bit, but he always said in elementary school that was his dream, that he wanted to play NFL football.
I used to always watch the game and still being a kid watching it at Sunday after a service or whatever like that, and being able to just cut on the TV, sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce. And then she asked me, and then I was like, yeah, of course. The next day I went out there and I never looked back.
Roquan Smith. Here's another one. Watch out. Roquan Smith everywhere today. We're going through. 1, 2. Oh, my goodness, with a hit. Roquan Smith again. Wraps it up and brings him down. Intercepted by Roquan Smith. First rounder out of Georgia.
That's where it all started for me, personally. Yeah, it smelled like Georgia football when you smell the grass and all that good stuff. So. Brings back a lot of memories. Most of all of my games that was held in Marshallville would be right here at this field. So they would obviously have it marked up and everything. You would have your benches where the kids would sit down during the game. Yeah, those were the lights and things like that. So if you would have some night games and whatnot, like on a Tuesday night randomly, you know, then you got school the next day, and you go to school talking about that game. Oh yeah, I scored on so-and-so yesterday. When I was like 7 and 8, that's when I really like took off, and I was like, oh wow, I'm pretty good. You know, this is the rec department. I used to have this thing packed out.
Going to the rec on Saturdays, that was a doozy. Okay. Quan was like 7 or 8, and Quan was so explosive out there. I mean, he was just all over the field. And of course, you know, he was a little tall for his age. A little chaos started. You had parents saying that he was not the age he was, and not a child at that age could be playing that good.
Yes, he was a big kid. His ability to do everything, he thugged out more than anyone else on any team.
You know, to solve that, because it was so many parents, they had to stop the game, and I'll never forget it, and go upstairs to like get his birth certificate to prove his age.
I mean, the parents came on the field, he's too old. So I had to have his birth certificate on my hand everywhere we went.
People literally here in the small town, like in the South in general, look forward to like football season where they, you know, people treat it like a religion. Saturdays it was here, Fridays it's the high school. It's crazy though, bro, because when I be like up in Georgia and play, and it's just me random people from Georgia, how they know Macon County is football though. On this field, we used to pack it out, standing room only, reading championship.
We used to get bleachers from the rec, put them on the side.
Put them on the side just to make extra room. High school, that was less than 10 years ago for me, so I vividly remember, and it's nothing like playing high school ball where there's like everyone that you know in the community, everyone's out there watching you, and just the support that you have, and everybody screaming your name.
High school, on Friday nights, while Roquan was playing, the stands were packed. Everybody was coming to see the Bulldogs play, but Roquan stood out. Everybody was chanting, Smith, Smith.
When the lights came on, dog, it was something. You was different, dog. You different. I was recording that game. I think they was driving in, it was about to score.
On the 2-yard line?
Yeah, and he caught the pick and he took it all the way to the crib. Yeah. And I was celebrating so hard, like once he got to the 50, I just moved away from the camera.
That's why the camera is crazy. On my highlight tape, I never knew why the camera just go down.
I was looking through and I was like, oh yeah, go Quan, go Quan, go Quan.
It's the country. It's not much to do, and football is everything.
Football Friday nights is everything in Montezuma, Georgia, and Troy's Snack Shacks for their burgers.
We're headed to Troy's right now, so this is like just a staple in the town. Like normally after a Friday night, you win and everything.
You ready to eat? You ready to feed?
Oh yeah.
Troy loves our party.
We went back 1970. My uncle had it first, and then my granddad and my grandmother had it, and then my dad. So as long as I've been alive, my family has run this business. We've always had the lowest prices around. It helps to keep the community going, and it gives them somewhere affordable to eat. Saturdays is out the door for 8 hours straight.
It smells good.
We've been here for so long, we've developed a relationship with so many people in the community. So his family's been around this community as long as I have. So he was in here all the time, double cheeseburgers and chili dogs. The boy could eat.
Double cheeseburger all the way, then a chili dog all the way, and then fries.
And then a drink?
Yeah, and a sweet tea. You know, coming back and like, you know, what this town mean to me, and just being back around the people and like how the people just show love year round, it means a lot. You know, just being here, enjoying good food and just, you know, having that sense of home. What's going on, Camille? You doing all right?
We always behind.
Yeah.
When he was in youth football, he would come in here. I remember him back then. He was probably 12 or 13, and it's good to see him come back and not forget where he came from. Everybody around here loves him. He's always giving back, so he's been very helpful to our community.
Good morning.
What's going on, Deck?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about
All
you?
right.
His atmosphere around here is like a hero to Macon County. We don't have to call him. He's always reaching out, hey, what you guys need? Can I do this for you? So he's a big inspiration to this community.
Now let's give it up for Mr. Roquan Smith.
Being at the rec center makes my heart smile. It's just the reason I do what I do, just being able to have an impact on those kids. I noticed like growing up in a very small rural area in Georgia, and I just know the impact that if someone is in a more fortunate position than others and being able to give back, I know the type of feeling that it can have and the impact that it can have, and it changes lives and it gives you a totally different perspective on lives.
Could I come through?
I knew he was passionate about giving back when he was young. Like if we would go somewhere, he would try to hand somebody something as a young child, and it was just little odd things that I knew that he liked to give back.
One thing I noticed about him, we would go to the grocery store. We would never have to tell him to go to the car and get the groceries. Or he's out, something drops on the floor, he's picking it up. And those are the tendencies with children that shows that their ability to give and see what's around them that needs to be done. And so he sees a need and he addresses it.
I think it really started from my coach in high school, Larry Harrell. He instilled that, like the charity work, giving back to the community as much as you can. Whether I was in the 10th, 11th grade, we're going out picking up trash in the community as a team, or going down volunteering at different places. So just being able to know the impact that you have, even such at an early age, well before I was Roquan Smith playing in the NFL, and like just seeing how much people appreciate just good people in the world, and it's never a bad thing to be a good person. So if you can't be anything, at least try to be a good person.
Good work. Oh, he got the sauce. Okay.
When we started this journey as well to get the foundation started, he laid it out what he wanted to do. And so when he was at UGA, we did some community outreaches there. So that was a driving force for him, that he, from that day on, he was always trying to find ways to give back and do things. And he's the driver in all the decisions.
Hard work on three. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.
I care deeply about it. Back when I was in college, giving out turkeys onto like the league, when I started making some money for myself, whether it was back to school things or whether that's, shoes and cleats to not just my high school, but other high schools. There's countless of things I truly enjoy doing, and I just can't wait to just continue to give back to the community and just be the biggest asset I can to any community that I'm in, Baltimore, and just how much love Baltimore community has showed me. I'm just excited to be able to put my hand in the pot at any time and do a lot of things for the kids.
Hey, Jaden, can we get one picture? Ava, Roquan, nice to meet you. I'll always be just an arm reach away, so you guys can always depend on me and count on me.
How did it feel when you first got in the NFL?
Being from a small town and being able to make it, it was pretty sweet, and just being able to live out a childhood dream. So I just try to do everything I can to keep myself in the position that I'm in and just bust my tail day in and day out. I was just a guy from small town Georgia, just like you. What's up? How you doing?
All right, and you?
I'm good.
All right.
It means a lot to myself, just being able to come back to my hometown, my community, around the people that you love and that care about you dearly. So I always have love for the fam and, everything they've done to help mold me into the individual that I am today. And then it's nothing beats, just having that deep fried fish,
Yep, drop it nice and slow. When he comes home and we get to do a fish fry or a family gathering, it means a lot, Love, joy, happy, and excitement, We just sit back, talk, and have fun.
Heavenly Father, it is a blessing to have him visiting with us one more time.
As they always say, from the small towns, like it takes a village to actually raise an individual. Just know how much I mean to my hometown, and how far I've made it in life, and just my trajectory and where I plan to go. I'm like a firm believer, and I'm a witness that anything is possible.
To still be here and see the impact that he has on the community is a moment to cherish. He's respectful and helpful, and it just shows. Yes, and that's the man he is today.
Love you. Love you too.
All right.
Roquan really believes that, home is where the heart is. What he's accomplished, it's one in just a few people that are able to do that from these little small rural town. And so he wants to be sure to do what we're, so gifted in doing, and that's giving back. And he does it genuinely, humbly, with a kind heart.